is going on, everybody? I am so tired. I had like 4 hours of sleep and then I had to go to the birthday party. Shout out to the homie Origami. I said I had to rush to make a thumbnail, and homie made a thumbnail and say, "Here, it's free," and bless him for doing that. So bless Origami for doing that for me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, because I am tired. So how are y'all doing today? Okay, Pigeon. Well, I should kick you out for that, because everything sounded good except for the ketchup. Yeah, definitely thank you to him, because I am, like, I don't even have the lights out. I don't have the, I am so tired. Like, the heart is going like this right now. Uh, What's up, creatively? Hey, organic. Hey, Melissa. Hey, all my mods. Hey, everybody else in the chat. Pigeon's like, no, I love you. Don't worry, Pigeon. I ain't kicking you out. You're good. Give me 1 second. Let me throw up the rules of the chat. This isn't going to be that long. It's just really basically going to be me. Oh, that was dumb of me. Hold on 1 second. I'm really stupid. It's basically going to be me, just reading out these police reports, and yeah, y'all are going to be disappointed. And I'm sorry if I'm low energy tonight. I'm literally going to pass out and go to bed when this is over. It was good speaking to you. It was good speaking to you the other day too, Danny. No matter how much shit I give you, you have always been really good to me. How was your banana pudding? The banana pudding was on point, and I was able to make my husband a banana pudding too on top of that. So he came out happy about it. So, the low energy night, please forgive me. I am super, super, super ass tired. And the coffee and this is keeping me awake. So, you know what? I love the food discourse because honestly, we've been covering a lot of heavy subjects lately. And, it was nice. Like last night, it was really nice to get a chuckle and, you know, I don't know. It was good. I liked it. All right, so let me pin this message and then I will read it and then we will be on our way. All right, welcome to Xylee Stream. Oh, this is going to be good, and I'm reading too. Welcome to Xylee Gets Real Stream. Please do not call anyone out of their name. No racial slurs, isms, phobias, or shaming. No outside drama or personal beefs in the chat. Everyone is welcome here. Got a problem with somebody in the chat? Take it to Twitter. That's where it goes, you know? Y'all know how it is tonight. Or y'all know how it is in the chat. Sorry, Taylor, I was reading yours and saying that at the same time. Yeah, it's going to be Mellow Xylee night. Because I just do not have the energy to... Yeah. I'm hoping everybody can calm down for a hot minute so everyone can... Yeah. Yeah. I was hoping it to be a slow weekend, but no. Like I said, YouTube decided it wanted to be like, nah, we gonna get messy tonight. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna go to my bookmarks. I will, because this is actually coming from a tweet. And this is the same one Repzilla read. Some people are thinking this report is 100%. I'm not showing the first 2.5 pages. It excuse me, I'm sorry. It's basically saying like who the reports were on, what's it about, whatever. I'm just going to read y'all the nitty gritty of it. But again, I'm going to link the literal tweet. So if y'all want to, y'all can go read it yourself. Some people believe this is 100% true. Some people are doing like, 75, 80. We don't know. So there are several people who are actually requesting a report on this themselves so they can compare it and make sure that this is 100% true. So just wanted to let y'all know. I remember when the YouTube drama was on a schedule that you knew every Tuesday there was going to be an issue of some kind. But now they're just going buck wild and it's like whenever. So, all right, give me a second. Let me get this straight for y'all and then we will start again. I apologize for the low energy bags. Oh yeah, I love these coffees too. And I don't have, okay, give me 1 second. Let me go grab my glasses. Hold on. I'm sorry, I'm not with it. Okay, I'm back. I'm surprised it didn't hit me near. All right. Oh, by the way, love the conspiracy theory last night. Chaos. You talking about my Keemstar conspiracy theory? Yeah, it's there. It's there. I don't know. I've been watching them for months, and I didn't know it was going to go the Gabby Hanna direction, but I knew it was eventually going to go to like T channels. What's up, Kim S? All right, so let me get y'all where I'm at. Let me make sure I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. All right. All right. So this is coming from the Pierce County Sheriff's Department, okay? It says, sarcasm is just one of my many talents. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, so this is coming from the Pierce County Sheriff's Department. Basically, I believe that's the county that Onision resides in. All right, allegations of SA were investigated. No evidence of a crime. On September 2019, the Pierce County Sheriff's Department received information regarding possible exploitation crimes occurring at a residence in Gig Harbor. At the time of the initial complaints, there were very little information about the alleged crimes and no first-hand reports of any alleged crime. The complaints centered around a YouTube content creator named James Jackson, aka Gregory Avero, who was also known by this YouTube name Onision. The original allegations were documented under PCSD FIR 19-259-01267 and cleared with no evidence of any criminal activity. Following the documentation under the previous case number, the Pierce County Sheriff's Department received over 40 additional emails regarding the same or similar allegations from third-party reporters who had heard about the allegations through social media accounts. In addition, numerous other social media content creators developed channels and content directly related to the allegations in an attempt to conduct their own online investigations as to what might have occurred. So we kind of know who some of those were, right? Make sure I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. All right. On 10/02/19, PCSD received a press inquiry from a reporter with Vox Media named Markina Kelly. Kelly reported she had spent time speaking to a number of women who alleged Jackson had groomed them and coerced them in having intercourse. Kelly went on to say that many of these girls were 14 to 16 years old at the time of these allegations. Kelly requested confirmation that an investigation had been started and provided her contact information. I later contacted Kelly by telephone and advised her that PCSD had had received allegations from multiple third parties, but had not heard from anyone who claimed to be a victim of a crime. I encouraged her to pass my contact information along to the women she had spoken with so they could contact me if they wanted to report a crime in PCSD jurisdiction. I was not contacted by anyone else as a result of my conversation with Kelly. Oh, good old Chris Hansen. Here we go. Now everybody remember this? This is when he went up to his house, I believe. Exactly. Hansen, SMH. In January 2020, I became aware of a media investigation into the allegations against Jackson, which was being conducted by Chris Hansen via his YouTube channel, Have a Seat with Chris Hansen. Hansen is a well-known media personality who focused on stories about accused sex offenders and child predators. As a part of his reporting, Hansen attempted to contact Jackson at his residence in Gig Harbor on 109/20. Remember that? Remember he did that video and everybody was like, and then the joke was when he was on the phone, when Onision was on the phone with the 911, they were like, well, who is it? It's Chris Hansen. Yeah. Which resulted in Jackson calling 911. Deputies responded, PCSD 20-009-00913. And Hansen and his crew ultimately left the location without speaking to Jackson. Hansen subsequently released a series of interviews with alleged victims and others with information about alleged crime in his YouTube channel over the next several months. And some of the people with the information, let's not even get into that conversation. He had some of the skeeviest people you can think of up on panel with him talking about this. Yes, Pigeon. Yes. Our YouTube channel over the next several months. In addition, Hansen contacted PCSD and completed an interview with PIO Troyer and requests through PIO Troyer that Hansen provided PCSD with a list of alleged victims so that they could be contacted for interviews to determine the existence and extent of any criminal activity that occurred in PCSD jurisdiction. Mind you, PCSD jurisdiction. Okay, this is county level. This is not even state level. This is county level. Okay. On 20620, I received a list which contained the first name and phone number of alleged victims who appeared on Hansen's show. The list included the names Regina Lane, Billy Haley, I want to say, oh God, I forgot how to say her name. I want to say Aya. I'm not 100% sure on that one. And Shiloh. Additionally, the list contained the name Sarah, who I will later identify as Sarah Blank. At this point, all these blanks is Sarah's last name, so it's just going to be Sarah. Okay? Hansen had the same people on his channel who repeatedly used Onision for content and asked questions that didn't have real answers. Oh, yeah. Aya. Okay. Thank you, Kales Brown. Aya. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Following PIO's Troyer's interview with Hansen, I learned the FBI... This is where Chris Hansen screwed up, but there's also a twist with that, too. Following PIO Troyer's interview with Hansen, I learned the FBI had also received numerous emails regarding the same allegations from third parties. I contacted FBI Special Agent Mendoza by telephone after she learned she was assigned to the case for further investigation. S.A. Mendoza confirmed the FBI had received a large number of tips similar to what the PCSD had received, but had not been able to establish that a crime had occurred. S.A. Mendoza told the FBI had spoken with Sarah, but had not been able to establish a sex crime had occurred based on that interview. S.A. Mendoza told me Sarah had reported that nude and or explicit photographs had been sent between Sarah and Jackson while Sarah was still a minor. S.A. Mendoza said a computer belonging to Sarah had been turned over to the FBI for examination of evidence to support Sarah's claim, and then a decision would be made on how the FBI would proceed. S.A. Mendoza also provided me with Sarah's contact information and full name for my investigation. Now, let's talk about that computer. Okay, so it's Ayala? Okay, so it's Ayala. Okay. Then I'll say Ayala. Let's talk about that computer. That computer lost chain of custody because of Chris Hansen. Why would Chris Hansen want Sarah to send that laptop to his, oh my God, I don't even know what the guy was, like assistant or whatever? Why would he have Sarah send it to him instead of sending it straight to the FBI? And then homeboy held it for a long ass time. And everybody's like, isn't the laptop to the FBI? No, it's still here. They ended up sending it back to Sarah. It could have been tampered with. The FBI I don't think the FBI can touch it now because the chain broke. Chain of custody broke. And here's the thing. She wasn't talking to Onision. Onision may have seen the conversation, but it wasn't Onision she was talking to. She was talking to Kai, Onision's husband. Well, now husband. Now Kai identifies as a man, so now it's husband. But I think at the time of that, I don't know if Kai was identified as a man yet. I don't know. So I'm just going to say he. All right. Be respectful of the pronouns. But the conversation Cher was having was with Kai. Wasn't with Greg. It wasn't with Onision. So even if they found stuff on that laptop, it would have been Kai in trouble. Hansen just led all those poor girls for content. I 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. Absolutely agree with you, Kales. I attempted to contact each of the alleged victims by telephone and left voicemails requesting they call me back if they wish to file a police report. The only person who returned my phone call was Sarah. On 3/9/20, at approximately 14:50 hours, that would be 2:50 in the afternoon, I believe. I spoke with Sarah by telephone regarding this investigation. Sarah told me she did not want our conversation to be recorded, but agreed to talk to me about the allegations. Sarah told me she had initially learned about Jackson's YouTube channel when she was approximately 14, and said she developed an online friendship with Jackson and his wife, Kai Jackson, who at the time identified as female. Sarah said she communicated with Jackson and Kai via direct messaging on Twitter application, although she admitted most of her communication was directly with Kai because they were able to relate better. Sarah told me during the time she communicated with Kai, they spoke about all the different types of topics, including relationship issues, friends, and their sex lives. Sarah told me she had also sent a picture of her breasts and a picture of her in her underwear to Kai. The big deal here is to Kai over direct message. Sarah said Kai also sent her similar messages, but they had all since been deleted. Yes, Vincent Nicotra, thank you, was the producer of Take a Seat If I Call Correct. Yes, Mass, it was Vincent Nicotra. And Vincent Nicotra was the one that they had Sarah send that laptop to. Yes, it was Vincent. 100%. Thank you for that help. Yes. Sarah told me she talked to Kai about a fight she had with her mom And they discussed Sarah flying out to Washington State from her home in Michigan when she was 16 years old. Sarah said she ultimately visited Jackson and Kai in September 2016 for Kai's baby shower. Sarah says she stayed 5 or 6 days, but then returned to Michigan because her uncle passed away from cancer. Sarah told me nothing of a sexual nature occurred during the first trip in Washington. Yes, Mass. Yep. Sarah says she returned to Washington State in October 2016 and lived with Jackson and Kai until late February 2017. Sarah said she helped with chores around the house, such as cleaning, cooking, and caring for the Jacksons' kids. She described herself as being a live-in nanny, but she said she was not paid for any of the work she did. She told me during this visit she started to really love Kai as a person, but didn't have the same feelings for Jackson. She said Jackson would verbally abuse her by calling her names, scaring her, and belittling her. She said that she would occasionally bathe or shower in front of Kai while they were talking, but did not have any kind of sexual contact with Jackson or Kai during this trip. Sarah said she ultimately returned to Michigan due to all the drama in the Jackson household. Why was Onion Boy's father involved in the documentary plus investigation? Does he have allegations, or is that the only Onion Boy's weapon to use against his dad? You know what, WB? I have no clue why the father was in there, except for the fact that you have, and I'm only saying storyline because it was a documentary, so they have different storylines. The only reason why I can see they would have had his father on that documentary because Onision claims, and I'm not questioning it because I don't question things like this, but Onision claims that there was SA going from the father to, I believe, him and his sister. I believe it was him and his sister. Or it was something like that. Some kind of SA was going on with the father to the kids. I hear here and there that his dad has his own similar past to Onion Boy. Yeah, see, so I think that's the reason why they put him in there. I really do. I think that's why he was in the documentary, to be very honest with you. All right. One, I hate that an adult got custody of a child that they only really knew from over the internet. They shouldn't have been talking to begin with. As an adult, you're responsible for talking to people who aren't actual children on the internet. And knowing how that could be considered odd or inappropriate. Oh, I know that's right, Mass. Okay, Sarah says she visited the Jacksons again from August 2017 until November 2017, and this time lived in a mother-in-law suite on their property. She says she continued to do housework, but also worked at a Target store in, I saw this in Repsions, and they said it, and I can't remember how they said it. Puyallup, I believe is the way it's called. I know I said that wrong, and I know somebody's going to say in the comments how to say it, and I'm going to go ahead and say I am sorry for making that name wrong, or saying that name wrong. Creative, I'm just going to say insane, because I can't say that word right now. Thank you. Puyallup. Because people were in Repzilla's comment section telling them how to say it. I'm like, okay, I got to remember how to say this, but I'm so tired, I screwed it up. So, Puyallup. Okay, well, now I'm getting two different kinds. I need y'all to get together and figure out how I am supposed to say it. I kind of agree with you there, nothing. Okay, so she had a little more freedom. She said there was not any discussion of a sexual nature at the time, and she still felt closer to Kai than Jackson. She told me she returned to Jackson's residence in July 2018 and stayed until late August 2018. She told me she turned 18 during the visit, and Jackson, who had rarely shown any interest or affection towards her, suddenly began to treat her much better. She told me the relationship she had with Jackson and Kai evolved to a point where they would lie in bed together to watch movies and would joke about having threesomes. Excuse me, guys. She said it seemed like Jackson was pressuring her and Kai to become intimate while trying to determine her level of interest in him. Sarah told me Jackson made a comment to her that he wasn't in love with her, but he loved her. She told me Jackson clarified that felt people needed to have sex to be in love. Sarah says she returned to Washington in January 2019 for a trip that only lasted a few days. She told me during this trip she engaged in oral sex with Jackson and Kai on 2 occasions. She said Kai felt ignored during the trip and was hurt by that, but otherwise the trip was uneventful. She told me she was a willing participant in the sexual activity that took place during this trip. Lisa, I'm going to be honest with you. I felt it was a little weird for his dad to be in that documentary also. When I went back and watched it before I watched the 4th one and did the video on the 4th one, because I went to go do a video on the first 3 and I was like, I just got disinterested talking about it. Because they were just made like, ugh. But no, I felt it kind of weird his dad being in there too. So I don't know, man. We should believe victims, not abusers. I agree with you. Lisa, I agree with you. I thought that was kind of Puyallup is how to pronounce the town's name. Puyallup. Puyallup. Puyallup? Puyallup. Thank you, Mass. No, Roddy, what are you talking about? Puyallup. Puyallup. Oh, so you must live out there. No, we're talking about the police findings for Mr. Gregory Jackson, aka Onision. Puyallup. 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 Okay, got it. Okay, okay. Sarah says she returned to Washington for approximately 1 week at the end of June 2019. She told me Jackson tried to convince her and Kai to participate in a threesome, and on the last night of her visit, the 3 of them had sex. Sarah said it was fine and admitted that she also agreed to be Jackson's girlfriend during the visit despite his marriage to Kai. Sarah told me she came back to Washington in late July of 2019 for the last time. She said Kai had traveled to New Mexico, so she and Jackson were alone at the house for the first time. Sarah told me she and Jackson engaged in sexual intercourse during the trip and admitted that it had been consensual. Sarah told me Kai found out about what had happened and got upset about it. She told me Jackson claimed she had blackmailed him into having sex and they ultimately broke up. She said she felt overwhelmed with the entire situation, so she returned home and had not returned to Washington. What did Kel say? The whole situation is one big thanks, I hate it. Yeah. I need a compilation of every person covering this trying to say that name. I know I butchered it. I am so sorry. And anyone that lives there, I am not trying to disgrace the name of your town or county or whatever it is, okay? I am sorry. I actually agree with that, Miranda. Felt overwhelmed with the entire situation. Okay, yeah, return home. All right. I asked Sarah if she had ever been an unwilling participant in any type of sexual activity with Kai or Jackson. Sarah told me she never told them no and admitted she was not sure she was a victim of any crime. She confirmed she had given her laptop to investigators and was aware it was in the FBI's possession for examination to determine if any images exchanged between her and Kai had violated the law. I advised Sarah that I would follow up with SA Special Agent Mendoza, but that based on the information she had provided, I did not believe a crime had taken place in the PCSD jurisdiction. On 6/22/20, I spoke with, I'm just going to say special agent because we use SA for something else and I don't want people to get mixed up, and Special Agent Mendoza by telephone to follow up on their investigation. Special Agent Mendoza told me the examination had not yet been completed and advised she had no other information on any crimes that occurred in the PCSD jurisdiction. She told me she would notify me if the examination provided any details about criminal activity that needed further investigation. As of 6/23/20, I have not heard back from any of the other women who were alleged victims of Jackson. All the women had been in contact with Chris Hansen at some point to do a media interview and have an opportunity to file a police report if warranted. Sarah was a willing participant in sexual activity after the age of consent. In fact, after turning 18 years old. It was not under the legal care or custody of Jackson or Kai. Based on the information gathered during my investigation, I have not been able to establish that a crime occurred. This report is for informational purposes due to the high volume of third-party and social media interest. There is nothing further at this time. And there you have it. Kimberly, my name is pronounced like Melissa, but without Melissa, then I am so mad at you, Kimberly. But there you have it. They found nothing. And honestly, the only hope was that laptop to the FBI that, quite honestly, Chris Hansen fucked up and Vincent Nicotra fucked up. Because Chris Hansen should have never told Sarah to send it to Vincent, but I guarantee you this is what it was. He wanted Vincent to go through that laptop to see if the proof was there. That's probably my personal thoughts on this. He wanted Vincent to look at what was in that computer and find the evidence so he could show it first. And then the FBI could have it. And all of a sudden, she's getting it back, and then she sends it to the FBI. She should have just sent it straight to... That was the only shot, really, honestly. And I hate to say this. I hate to say it. I think Onision is gross. I do not like him. But that man knows how to walk the fine line of the law. Like, fun fact. With Chris Hansen went to his doorbell, okay? And, knock, knock, Onision, are you there? Onision had a perfectly placed, like, keep out of yard sign or like security sign, basically saying do not come to the house or whatever. And he knows the specific law of how many feet from that sign you can be to go into somebody's yard or property. And he had it perfect to where as soon as Chris Hansen got on that walkway, Chris Hansen was technically breaking the law. And he called 911. That's why they had to leave. That's why he had to leave. Because he technically broke the law when he walked up on Jackson's property and Jackson asked him to leave and told him to go away. He had that sign perfectly placed, so as soon as he walked up that little walkway up to the house, boom. That's what I'm saying. So the only chance they had was the laptop. That's the only chance they had was the laptop. And that got fucked up by Chris Hansen and Vincent Nicotra. That got fucked up by them. If there was anything on it, but here's the thing. If there was anything on it, okay, because you never know, Vincent might have fucked it up. You don't know. He had the laptop for so long. If there was anything on it, it probably wasn't going to be Onision that was going to get charged. It was going to be Kai. So either maybe they're doing a side investigation on Kai, or Kai escaped by that much. We don't know. What's up, Danica? Hi all. I wonder what would have happened in all this if Chris Hansen didn't involve himself. That's actually a really good question. I wonder the same sometimes too. To be honest with you, I totally wonder the same. Now, there is a second issue, but I'm not going to play him. All right? I got to light a cigarette for this one because I'm going to get a little heated on this one. There was also that county, the PCS, whatever the heck they were called. What were they called? The Pierce County Sheriff's Department, I think it was. Was it the Pierce County Sheriff's Department? Yeah, Pierce County Sheriff's Department. I'm not going to play these, though. All right? Because I'm not going to give them fucking glory. The Pierce County Sheriff's Department, somebody has leaked onto YouTube. I don't know if they did it themselves. But Augie was playing them. All right. And these were people who were calling in welfare checks after watching a Chris Hansen video or watching all the other videos. One guy, at first, and he didn't sound like Greg Jackson at all. He was calling in to get Onision swatted. Now, Onision, oh, hey, Elizabeth, well, welcome. Onision, straight up asshole. Okay? I'll say it, straight up asshole. But he has 2 kids in the house. Who the fuck are you to try to get that man swatted when it could result into his kids being killed? 2 innocent children? And even the operator already knew it wasn't Onision, because at first they started off talking like they were Onision. And then they tried to say, I have them, I'm going to kill hostages, all this stuff, trying to get Onision's house swatted. Onision still has 2 kids in there. Fuck you for trying to do that. I can't stand Onision. I don't care for Kai either. I think they have done some horrible shit, but they walk that line perfectly. Okay? So fuck them. But there are still 2 kids in that house. And you try to get them swatted, and those kids could have died in a result for that shit. I don't know if the kids were there, because they had gotten multiple calls like that. So the kids could have been, let's just say the kids were there for the right call and the police were like, okay, we're going in. What would happen if the kids died? I'm sorry. I understand these people not liking Onision. I get it. And he has been such a, there's so many words you can call Onision. But to try to swat his house when he has 2 kids? Fuck you! Fuck you! Would you have felt good if one of their kids died when that? I'm not not sitting here sticking up for Onision, but damn people, he's got kids in his house too. Come on now. Yes, exactly, Insane. Onision and Kai are trash, but those babies are innocent. 100%. Listen, those two children, they didn't get asked to be born to who? They didn't get to ask who their parents are. They didn't get to ask that. And if you would have swatted, if you would have successfully gotten that house swatted, would you have felt good if one of those kids would have died in result with that? And I'm not saying on purpose, might have been accidentally, doesn't matter. Would you have felt good if one of those children would have died? Seriously. And I'm not playing those calls. And I'm not saying Augie was wrong for playing the calls. I'm not saying that. But I just don't feel like, I don't want that person to watch this and go, yeah, that was me. I'm a troll. No, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you for doing that. Period. Seriously. Fuck you for doing that. But the only chance they had, in conclusion, the only chance they had was that laptop. And Mr. Chris Hansen, being the top-notch investigator he is, fucked it up. Why would you even tell Sarah to send it to Nicotra? Why? Why would you even, if you were such a top-notch investigator? Listen, I'm a civilian. I've never been an investigator. Even I know she should have sent it straight to the fucking FBI. But no. I know why he sent it. He had her send it to Nicotra. I guarantee you it's because he wanted to get that evidence before the fucking FBI got it. And you sat there for hours and hours and hours over live stream and live stream and live stream and promised these girls something was going to happen to him. And you fucked it up. You fucked it up. And the sad thing is, it probably wouldn't even have happened to him. It would have happened to Kai. But you sat there and you promised those girls something was going to happen. You promised the audience because you think you're all fucking high and mighty and you know everything when you're the one who fucked up an investigation. Mr. Have a fucking seat. Fuck you, Chris Hansen. Yeah, let's not even think about them getting killed. They could have got traumatized. You're absolutely right, Danica. Yeah, the kids would have been really traumatized by watching their house getting swatted. 100%. Yeah, Lawrence, that's who I'm saying fuck you to. Because the only chance they had was that laptop. And Chris Hansen wanted that evidence so hard, he had Sarah send that shit to Vincent. When it should have directly gone to the FBI. Directly. Danica, you're 100% correct. Chris just wanted the story. That's why I hope and pray. No, nothing else like Onision and Davi Vanity in that nature, go to Chris Hansen. The only thing I can be thankful for with the Davi Vanity case, it wasn't Chris Hansen it was not Chris Hansen who got in contact with the FBI. Now, people think, oh, it's messed up because it might be messed up because the Creepshow did. Creepshow is not the one who got in contact with the FBI. It was Tamimi. Creepshow told Tamimi how to do it. Tamimi was the one who got in contact with the FBI over the Davi Vanity case. Chris Hansen had nothing to do with it. Yes, Danica. And the laptop would have been only enough evidence to get Kai in trouble if it was there, yes. And I have to say if, because we don't know. But if that evidence was there in that laptop, it would have got Kai in trouble, not Onision. Onision, telling you, he knows how to walk that tightrope. Like a tightrope walker. He knows how to walk it. Think about it. When he met, what was the first girl's name? What was her name? Shiloh. When he first met Shiloh was 17, but he met her in Pennsylvania. The legal age of consent in Pennsylvania was 17. He wasn't dumb. He's not dumb. The one thing about Onision, he is an asshole. He is... Do I believe he mentally abuses? Absolutely. Emotionally abuses? Yes, I believe all that. I do. I 100% believe all that. But the one thing you can't call Onision is dumb. Because the man knows the laws like the back of his fucking hand. He plays it off like he does it, but come on, dude. Come on, dude. We know that you know. Shiloh, yeah, that's who I was talking about, Em. Yes, Steph, he is. 100%. Listen, everybody's going... Look, Jeffree Star still has stands. Shane Dawson still has stands. Everybody's going to still have their stands. It is what it is at this point. You know? So... Yes, Danica, I 100% agree with you. But... Alright, honestly, I have criticism with how Tamimi handled it too, which I left in her video since she decided she needed to filter and vet before they go to the FBI, instead of the FBI doing... I get that, Lisa, but at least she contacted the FBI and the FBI is involved. And I know... Was it Pastel Bell had said something on Twitter that the FBI investigation in Davi Vandy is actually still going on, and there's actually more survivors of Davi Vandy coming out. So I think at this point they just want the FBI to handle it. Let's not make videos about it. You know what I'm saying? I think Chris Hansen taught them that. He actually had a... Alright, Xylee Gets Real. Do you think one day karma will get his nasty... I honestly believe in karma. And I believe that everybody gets what's coming to them. It may take minutes. It may take hours. It may take days. It may take months, weeks, years. It might not even happen until on their deathbed. You never know. But I do believe everything you do will come back to you in one way, shape, or form. So yes, I do believe in some way, shape, or form it will come back to him. I just don't know when. I don't know when. I don't know how. I don't know the circumstances. You know, we don't know that. It might be something that we just never find out. But I believe it. The FBI investigation has been going on for a while. It's crazy they still want to pile more on this instead of charging and then recharging. Well, that's the Davi Vanity case. I don't know if... Because it kind of sounded like they didn't find anything in the FBI for the Onision case. So... Yep, he was found not to have committed any crimes, yes. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. And honestly, I don't know what the anti-IOs are going to do. I heard they're kind of freaking out right now. But I mean, and you know, speaking of Chris Hansen, hey Chris Hansen, since you turned around and you kept promising the audience, you promised the girls, you promised everybody that Onision was going to go to jail. Why don't you cover this police report? Cover the police report. Put this police report on your channel and read it out loud for everyone to hear. I guarantee you this police report will never be talked about on Chris Hansen's channel. Guarantee you this police report will never be talked about on Chris Hansen's channel. Because you know what it means? It means Chris Hansen failed. And he don't want anybody to know how he failed. Oh my God. Hold on a second, guys. I agree, Grim. It was a police report on everything. It was on their investigation. Yes, he absolutely did, Grim. But I guarantee you he won't talk about this on his channel. And if he does, I'll be shocked. I will be shocked if he talks about this police report. Now, again, some people believe this police report is 100%. I think it's legit. There's people who are giving it like a 70 to an 80% ratio, so they're actually trying to find out if the police report is actually real or not. If this police report is real, Chris Hansen, you failed. Of course he's not talking about it, Lynn. Why would he? Because he has to admit that he fucked up. In order for him to read this police report, he has to admit he fucked up. He fucked up on what he told those girls. He fucked up on what he told his audience. And he fucked up telling Sarah to send it to the other dude, Vincent. And Vincent then holding it for fucking months and then giving it back to Sarah. He has to admit he fucked up if he reads this police report. Yeah, I heard about that warrant. It's Chris Hansen. He's a piece of poo. Oh, you know he will, Ann. You know he will. If he does, he'll try to spin it in a way to support his narrative. He sure will. Chris Hansen was never an investigator. He was the face of a team that was paid for by the networks and his own. He doesn't know crap. Exactly. Exactly. Grim Hades. Chris Hansen only does what makes him look okay in his new stuff. Yes. Taylor, although I'm going to get rid of this comment because we don't call people out, but I will say this. Even though I removed that comment, I totally agree with you, Taylor. Oh, he's on some other stuff right now. But I mean, being that he covered Onision so hard, you'd think he would talk about this police report, wouldn't you? You'd think he would cover this police report. It's sad. Hansen also never came up. What do you mean, Likens? Hansen also never came up. What do you mean? I'm sorry. I honestly don't understand what you mean. If you want to, like, retype that, I'll look out for it. What's up, Miss Stina? Stina here has a channel, and I would love to see her get to 200. I haven't seen where you're at lately. I knew you were a little over 100. I would love to see you to get to 200, ma'am. Hansen also had a Kickstarter that he never... Oh my God, yes. I think I made a video about that. I don't know. I told Chris Hansen to have a seat. There's an old video of me telling Chris Hansen to have a seat. That man. Yes, the banana pudding turned out good. Everybody loved the banana pudding. And the husband was happy because I was able to make him a personal banana pudding too. Because I bought enough ingredients. So, alright. Well, you guys know I'm super tired. I know this live was only an hour again. Hey, Dark Magician, what's going on, my dude? But I am super, super tired. I only had like 4 hours of sleep. So I'm going to go hit the hay. Any last thoughts about Chris Hansen lying to everybody? You're making me want banana pudding, Sally. I'm sorry, but my banana pudding is the bomb. Just saying. The bomb. What is Kickstarter? Okay, Danica, Kickstarter is if somebody wants to start a business or something, or they're going to make something, or, you know, like, a video game coming out, or something like that, and they want to get crowdfunding, where basically people put money into it, and once it starts, they get stuff back. Like, in Chris Hansen's thing, I think it was, what was it, t-shirts and cups or something like that, to help him start like a new show, the new Have a Seat with Chris Hansen show he wanted to start, and he never paid it out. But basically you're giving money to help them start something, hence the name Kickstarter, and then you get something in return for helping them, you know, as like a little memento, like, hey, thanks for helping us, type of thing. I've talked smack in many of my vids of Chris, but that is it. He messed up. He really did. Yeah, there you go, Insane. Kind of like a GoFundMe for creators with perks. There you go. That's exactly it. You said it a hell of a lot better than I did. Hell of a lot better than I did. Alright, well, I am going to let everyone go. Y'all have a great night. I am extremely tired. Tomorrow, 6 p.m., being that I'm going to bed early, I'm hoping I get up early. I got 14 pages down and mostly what I'm going to read. I'm going to highlight certain sections of the 10 sections where they talk about things specifically. So, I'm going over the Activision Blizzard lawsuit. Ooh, all 29 pages of it. All 29 pages of it. I mean, of course, we're going to skip some pages because we don't need to know certain stuff. And, of course, you know, I'll have the link that everybody can go look at it themselves, so. All right, guys. Well, y'all have a great night. Love you all. And remember, keep it real.